joining us right here on the Rich Eisen Show is one of my good friends, and I believe he would say the same thing to me behind my back. I believe this show followed his for so many years on Audience Network and then on Peacock. And kind enough to call into this show from Phoenix, Arizona, where Scottsdale is where his show is located for Super Bowl week. My buddy DP Dan Patrick back here on the program. How you doing, Dan?
Ricardo, doing great. You know, you can't go wrong. Spring training weather and in Scottsdale.
Now, I saw Camelback behind your desk. Are you summiting it with J.J. Watt wearing weighted backpacks? Is that what you're doing this week when not on the air? You're doing that too? No summiting?
I heard that he went up Camelback Mountain the day before.
Yep.
And he said he's got a new workout regimen that he skipped leg day to go play golf. And he said that's when I knew that I was really retired, that I was skipping leg day. But he went through, if you did the game of operation with J.J. Watt,
yes,
it would be fascinating to look at that. I mean, not fascinating for him probably,
right.
But
yes,
he started going through everything. He's had so many surgeries. He was forgetting parts of his body. It got to the point where I said, what part of your body is healthy? Because every other part had all of this surgery.
Yes.
Well, if you're 33 or 34, what is life going to be like, in 10, 15, 20 years? And I think that hit him pretty hard, of having a child, having the heart issue, and just getting married. And, not everybody is going to stay till they're 40 or 45, and certainly at that position.
Well, as you know, usually when NFL players retire, that's when they put the breadbasket in, Dan. That's when the breadbasket normally goes in, as opposed to. That's an Operation reference that I just made. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
For that visual. Thank you.
The nose just went off. The nose just lit. How are you doing? How's it going? What do you got for me when I arrive? I'm coming in today. I'm coming in tonight.
I became a grandfather last night.
Hey, you did. Hey. JP, what do we got?
Yeah.
What do we got? JP, a beautiful boy?
Baby girl. And it was really tough. I was at a dinner with clients, and I'm getting text messages, and Jack was giving me sort of play-by-play, and I'm dealing with centimeters, and I don't even know what I'm dealing with. And next thing I know, he sent me a picture, and I'm a mess at dinner. And everybody wants to know, why am I crying? And then I told them, and then Jack FaceTimed me, and so I got to spend time with him and his wife. And, but, wow, it hit me hard. And rightfully so.
Grandpa Dan, right?
Yeah.
Papa Dan? Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, Pop. Yeah.
Pop Dan Patrick. Congratulations. How's Sue taking it? Is she all for Clem too? Your wife? That's amazing.
She's different. Her side of the family, they're pretty stoic.
That's the Staten Island side. That's the Staten Island side of the family, right? That's the Rock.
Yeah,
right there.
She's pretty tough. Whereas I'm a mess. Even when my son got married, we're walking down the aisle with him. And I had to tell people, yes, I'm crying. I mean, I didn't even hide it. I couldn't even walk down with my son. I got 3 daughters to walk down the aisle. I couldn't walk down with Jack, let alone my daughters. So I told them they don't have to get married. Their mom doesn't like that I say that, but I said, you don't have to get married. You don't.
All right. Well, Brockman, you could say something about that, right? I mean,
I'm currently not married.
But you have a child.
But I have a child.
There you go. So there you go.
Child and a mortgage.
We got it. But Jack is married, though.
Right.
Jack is married.
Yes, he is.
Okay,
he is married and a wonderful, wonderful wife, Rebe, and
fantastic.
That's where, when you're in the delivery room and like you look at your wife, they're just somebody different that day or that night. You're just saying, I mean, this is why women are so strong and we're so weak. I mean, they man up, for lack of a better expression, but we should call it woman up, because you're never prouder of your wife.
Of course.
That.
Of course. Well, we're not the ones giving birth either. I mean, my goodness. So since you're the lead pipe wielding professional, how do I transition off of that? Do I say, well, somebody's going to give birth to a Super Bowl? I mean, what do I do? How do I? You want to transition?
I think we were always taught that. It's like you got to have a segue.
Right.
You do Sports Center, and it had to be a segue
Right.
to a segue to a segue.
Yeah.
And then after a while, you just run out of segues. But, it's just
Right.
sometimes you go, anywho.
That's
or,
right. It used to be segue, and then it's did you know, and then we're done, right? Did you know there's a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a segue and a did you know at the same. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So your first Super Bowl you covered, was that CNN when you were there? Dan, were you a CNN guy?
My first one was the in Detroit, the Bengals and the Niners.
And the Niners. Okay. Wow.
So
that's the Collinsworth. That's the Silverdome and Chris Collinsworth, right? And Hacksaw, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Montana, Ken Anderson, Bengals might have been the better team, but Niners came up with a couple of big plays. I remember Archie Griffin had a couple of fumbles. Dan Buns made a big stop at the goal line thing with Charles Alexander.
Yeah.
But the weather was horrible in Detroit. Horrible. Now, obviously, they're playing indoors, but I just remember it was a mess, and the Bengals had always been a laughingstock. I used to go to Bengals games, and we would go into Nippert Stadium, the college football stadium there, and we'd sneak in. They didn't care. They just wanted somebody to show up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably on the short list of guys who actually saw Bob Trumpy play football, Bruce Coslett play football. And
wow.
Yeah. But I got to see Collinsworth's entire career.
Yep.
And he never shut up back then either. I'd go to his locker after every game because he was such a quote machine.
Right.
And he was just he always had things to say, and he was a really good football player as well. And Boomer Esiason was there, and Anthony Munoz. So I grew up with that, and we were always very defensive of the Bengals because they weren't consistent. They didn't spend money. Mike Brown was the cheap owner, and they made 2 Super Bowls against Joe Montana and lost both, but close. And then, the Super Bowl last year where they lost another close one as well.
Yeah, I know it came so close 2 years in a row to having Niners-Bengals again. Last year, the Bengals made it. And now this year, neither of them made it, despite making their championship games. I don't know what to make of this game. I can't get a read on it because I just think either team can win. And I know that sounds like a cop-out. And I guess in advance I'm fronting, the answer to whatever question you might ask me when I'm on your show tomorrow. I can't get a read on it. Honestly, either team can win this one, and you could make a case for either one. Dan, I wonder what you think.
I think that we're afraid to give a coronation to the Eagles because you're still not quite sure about Jalen Hurts, and you're not sure if they can win in a shootout if it gets to that. You don't know anybody on the defensive line except for maybe Reddick. The offensive line is, Lane Johnson could be as good as anybody at his position, and Kelsey. It feels like they don't get enough attention because there's nothing exciting about them. It's just like, the Eagles keep winning. Now they squeak by, or they look great against this team. Kansas City is always fun. Everybody loves watching Kansas City. They do things that are different. And you got a Hall of Fame tight end, Hall of Fame coach, Hall of Fame quarterback, and Chris Jones is wonderful. So you have guys at least The Eagles, I don't think America knows. Therefore, that's usually. I think we lean towards what we know as opposed to I'm not quite sure about them. And even if you watch the Eagles, I still come away going, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But they're methodical in what they do. They even tell you, hey, we're going to run the football, and we're going to run it again. And they can do that, and, that's where I think it's debilitating. Imagine if they do that to Kansas City, keep that defense on the field, and just run the football, take away Mahomes' opportunity so when he gets on the field, he's got to make something happen, and maybe put a little bit more pressure on him that way. And, I want to see what's going to happen if they move him off his spot and have him move around a little bit more and make it a little bit more miserable for him. But I would not be shocked if the Eagles won this and won by double digits.
Really? I mean, and that's I hear you, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs won it by double digits. That's what I mean. It's just like it's one of the matchups where Mahomes can be unstoppable, Hurts can be unstoppable. Their run game in Philadelphia may be unstoppable.
It feels like Kansas City keeps teams in games. It doesn't feel like they put them away.
Right.
And therefore, I don't know. It felt like that all year long, that they just didn't blow them out. Or they would win, but you were still in the picture. And that's what I wonder what will happen. I wonder about the coaching with Nick Sirianni against Andy Reid, how much that factors in. Eric Bieniemy has been here before, play calling. Mahomes, obviously, that experience. The Eagles got some guys who've obviously been in this, but you're talking about the skill position players who haven't. And we've all been on the field. I mean, that you can cut it, that tension that's there. And that's when big boys, step up and you go, that's why the greats are the greatest, because they do it in the moment there. And I still want to see, I'm rooting for Jalen Hurts to be great.
Me too.
That may sound strange.
No. Me too.
For that story.
Absolutely.
Because I think he's earned that. And you could make the case he's the MVP this year.
Oh, no question. If he didn't get hurt his last two starts or those two starts in the final three, and he goes into Dallas, wins that game, and then the issues they had with Minshew on offense against the Saints don't materialize, and they finish on a win streak, and their only loss is against Washington. I don't even think we'd be talking about Mahomes, despite the remarkable offensive season they did have with him, and without Tyreek Hill. I think it would be Hurts. So are you leaning towards any team? I'm trying to glean. I've been spending last minute gleaning. What do you got? What do you think? I've been trying to glean.
I'm not.
Okay.
It's Tuesday. I'm not gleaning usually until Thursday.
Is that your glean? Is that gleaning day? Thursday is gleaning day for your Super Bowl week? Okay.
Yeah, gleaning day.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes I glean on Friday as well. But
great Costner movie, by the way. Gleaning Day is great.
I don't. I try not to make those predictions right away.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's going to change the point spread. The line is going to move.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm trying to put you down. We put you down for something. What do I put you down for? What do I put you down? This is the time I got you. What do I put you down?
Gleaning.
Okay, he's gleaning. Very good. By the way,
gleaning towards the Eagles.
Okay, you're gleaning. There you go.
Yeah,
all right,
Dan.
That's what I figured. Okay.
Minus 1.5 right now, Dan.
Term.
All right.
What?
Minus 1.5 right now.
Yeah, I know. I usually don't care about the point spread when it gets to the Super Bowl.
Just throw out the records.
I think is going to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
I look forward to seeing you, and thank you for joining us over here at the San Francisco Giants spring training home.
You got it. I look forward to it.
They let the run of the place here. We want to run around the bases. If you want to do that, maybe slide in home.
Oh, really? They're letting you do that?
Well, I know people, and I figured that what are they going to do? I mean,
I don't know. By the way,
take away my scholarship.
Okay. Did you find like Jeff Kent's batting helmet just lying around there or something? Like, is there something Giants that you've run into? Anything there? Nothing.
I've run into people who were here working when I got on the public address system, and I was doing my radio show here from the mothership.
Yes.
And I asked if I could get on the PA.
Yes.
When Bonds came to the plate. And so Bonds, I'm on the radio show, on ESPN Radio.
Yes.
I took that microphone over, went into the booth, and I said, now batting, number 25, the left fielder, Barry Bonds.
Oh, you were very understated. Bonds. Oh, okay. So you're very understated. You didn't go Barry Bonds. Like you didn't.
No.
Okay.
But Bonds homers.
Oh.
I go back the next time Bonds comes up, and I said, please rise and say hello to number 25, the left fielder, the man who just homered for me in his last at bat, Barry Bonds. Well, Bonds is at the plate, and he turns around and he looks up into the booth like, what the hell was that? And then he homered again.
So was that his final at bat of the day, or did you do a third one? Okay.
No,
it's a walk-off.
the final at bat.
Walk-off.
I sent Paulie, my producer, down to the dugout, talked to the PR people, and he said, "Hey, would Barry join me on the show? You know, Dan just called the home run," and Barry goes, "No."
But I was shaking my head. I knew that would be the end. No, not gonna do it.
But I thought, at least I got a no out of him.
Yes, you did.
That's better than just shake your head no. But he said nope. I said, all right, thank you, good night.
All right, Pop, send my best to JP and his lovely wife.
I will.
Congratulations.
All right, buddy.
Take care, man.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, you got it. That's Dan Patrick, everybody. There he goes. There he goes.
Nope.
Gleaming.
Gleaning.
Bond's not coming. Full Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be there. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.